I'm Mary Ellen Sidhu, and living here in Brussels, Belgium, where my husband is a Foreign Service officer at the embassy. And we've just completed a 4-year tour where our oldest daughter was able to complete high school in a Belgian school and go through the entire college application process for going to an American university. And so it's been quite a challenge, especially because of all the translation exercises she ended up having to do, having gone to high school in French and having to translate everything into English for her applications. So it was a work. What you have to realize when you're out of the loop for the American school system is that you have to be very proactive, and you have to think about all the steps that need to be taken and then do them yourself, because nobody else will do them. And so my daughter did not have a guidance counselor. She didn't have teachers who could go online and fill out recommendations, and they had never even done a recommendation. So that's where the Fulbright Commission came into play. As soon as we found out about the Fulbright Commission, we got on the right track, because we got excellent advice on how to teach a teacher how to write a letter of recommendation. We got wonderful copies of letters to show them so that they could have an example to work from. And also we got to, although my daughter did all the translating for all of her bulletins, her report cards, they all had to be certified, because otherwise there was no way to make them look official for the colleges that she was applying for. So we used the Fulbright Commission to do all of that certifying. And then you also had to figure out how was she going to take her SATs, because they don't have SATs at Belgian high schools. And so you have to call around. And fortunately, there were international schools here in Brussels that offered the SAT, so we had to work that into her high school schedule, and she had to miss some classes in order to go and take the SATs. And then, of course, we had to go through the whole process of choosing where she was going to apply. Now, she had the benefit of parents who had gone to U.S. universities. However, being older parents, we went more than a generation before her, and things have changed quite a bit, like the internet. So we had quite a bit to learn ourselves, even though we'd gone through the process before. Fortunately, my husband is an avid reader and book buyer, and he found some really helpful publications, which he bought, which we devoured. And one was, I think, 365 Best Colleges, and it's just a big old thick book, but it tells you about not just the different universities, where they're located, how big they are, what they teach, but it also tells you about the students who go there, what the average SAT score is of students who are accepted there, so that you can get a realistic idea of where you can apply. Once you've gotten your scores, you can figure out, all right, my scores match these universities, my scores are way above those universities, or my scores are way below whichever dream schools you may have, so that you have a better perception of where you should apply and where you have a realistic chance of getting it. I think you just don't give up. I think if you have this international background in your education, you as the high school student, that it's something you should play up, and that it's something you should be very proud of, because you're doing something that most kids haven't, and differentiating yourself now in the record number of applications that colleges are now receiving from everywhere. To be able to differentiate yourself by having gone to a foreign high school, I think, can only help. And if you play that up and do your research, I think it's an excellent experience.